Hello again, beautiful readers, and welcome back to another reading in the Rainstorm video. Today's story is called, The Haunting at Willowbrook Manor. If you enjoy our content, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel, as it really does help us grow. Thank you for your support, and enjoy the story. Chapter 1. The day had been unremarkable for Alex, just like any other day spent buried in dusty archives and ancient manuscripts. As a historian with a fascination for the paranormal, their quest for forgotten stories often took them to the most obscure corners of history. But little did they know that this mundane day would soon give way to an extraordinary adventure. Returning to their small apartment, Alex found an envelope waiting for them at the doorstep. It was an elegant and aged parchment, sealed with an intricate wax emblem depicting a twisted oak tree, a symbol of mystery and antiquity. Curiosity piqued, Alex tore open the envelope to find a handwritten letter inside. The letter was brief, bearing no signature, and it read, "Dear Seeker of Secrets, I extend an invitation to you. A journey to unravel the mysteries of Willowbrook Manor. Come to the old estate, where history and the paranormal intertwine. Your quest for the forgotten may find its answers within the shadows of Willowbrook." Yours in Enigma, a curator of the past, Alex's heart raced with excitement. The enigmatic letter seemed like a call to adventure, an opportunity to explore a place of legend and unearth the truth behind its haunted history. While some might have dismissed such an invitation as a prank or a hoax, Alex's intuition told them otherwise. This was an invitation they couldn't ignore. Without hesitation, they packed a small bag, their notebook, and a flashlight. The journey to Willowbrook Manor awaited, promising an encounter with the unknown. As Alex drove through the countryside, the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the landscape. The map led them down a winding path, veiled by ancient trees that whispered secrets of their own. After what felt like an eternity of anticipation, the outline of Willowbrook Manor emerged, silhouetted against the twilight sky. The mansion loomed before them, elegant yet ominous, like a sentinel guarding its dark history. The caretaker, Mrs. Blackwood, received Alex with a stoic expression. Her gray hair was neatly tucked into a bun, and her piercing blue eyes seemed to hold stories untold. She welcomed Alex in silence, guiding them through the grand entrance and into the mansion's dimly lit interior. "Welcome to Willowbrook Manor," Mrs. Blackwood finally spoke, her voice carrying a weight that echoed through the halls. "I trust you received our invitation." Alex nodded, intrigued by the cryptic atmosphere of the mansion and the caretaker's enigmatic demeanor. "Yes, I did. Thank you for inviting me. This place feels special." Mrs. Blackwood's lips curled into a faint smile. Indeed, Willowbrook Manor holds many secrets, some of which have been lost to time. As Alex settled into their room, the mansion seemed to come alive with the whispers of its past. The portraits on the walls watched them with unblinking eyes, and the floorboards creaked beneath their footsteps. As night fell, Alex couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. The journey to Willowbrook Manor had just begun, and the secrets that lay within its walls beckoned like specters in the darkness. Little did they know that the mysteries they sought to uncover would lead them on a haunting and transformative journey, one that would forever intertwine their fate with the enigmatic history of Willowbrook Manor. Chapter 2. As the last traces of daylight vanished, the mansion seemed to awaken with an unsettling energy. Alex's footsteps echoed through the grand hallway, and they couldn't shake the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. Mrs. Blackwood led Alex to the parlor, where a fire crackled in the hearth, casting dancing shadows on the walls. The warmth from the fire contrasted with the eerie chill that permeated the room, creating an atmosphere of both comfort and unease. "Please make yourself at home," Mrs. Blackwood said, her tone still as enigmatic as ever. "Dinner will be served shortly." As the caretaker left them alone, Alex took a moment to absorb their surroundings. The parlor was adorned with antique furniture and old portraits of past inhabitants, their gazes following Alex's every move. The portraits seemed almost alive, as if the souls of the long-departed were still present in the mansion. The clock struck the hour, and Alex realized that they were not alone in the room. A faint, ethereal figure appeared, standing near the window, a woman in a long, flowing gown. Her pale face was hauntingly beautiful, but her eyes held an air of melancholy. "Who are you?" Alex asked softly, feeling a mix of fascination and trepidation. The apparition remained silent, but her gaze seemed to convey a yearning to communicate. Before Alex could press further, she dissipated, leaving only a trail of mist in her wake. Shaken yet intrigued, Alex decided to explore the mansion further. The hallway outside the parlor led to a series of interconnected rooms, each filled with antique furniture, dusty bookshelves, and mementos of the past. A peculiar sense of history hung in the air, almost as if the mansion held the memories of all who had crossed its threshold. As they wandered through the halls, the sound of faint footsteps echoed behind them. Alex turned, half expecting to see Mrs. Blackwood, but the hallway was empty. "Is someone there?" they called out, their voice barely above a whisper. No response came, but the footsteps continued, growing fainter as if moving away. Alex felt a shiver crawl up their spine, and a feeling of being unwelcome settled in the pit of their stomach. Dinner in the grand dining hall was a solitary affair. Mrs. Blackwood, as ever, appeared only to serve the meal and then retreated into the shadows, leaving Alex to dine alone amidst the grandeur of the room. As they ate, the mansion seemed to come alive with eerie sounds, the creaking of floorboards, the rustling of curtains, and the distant echo of laughter. The haunting echoes seemed to dance with the flickering candlelight, creating an otherworldly spectacle. After dinner, as the clock struck midnight, Alex decided to retire to their room. The journey had left them both mentally and physically drained, and sleep seemed like a much-needed escape. As they settled into the antique four-poster bed, Alex's thoughts swirled with questions. The apparition they had seen, the strange footsteps. There was a presence in Willowbrook Manor, and it seemed intent on making its presence known. Just as they were about to drift off to sleep, a soft whisper filled the room, barely audible but unmistakable. "Leave. Leave this place," the voice implored, sounding distant yet hauntingly close. Startled, Alex sat up, searching the room for the source of the voice. But the chamber remained silent, and the only company was the dim light of the moon filtering through the curtains. As they lay back down, sleep remained elusive, and the night stretched on with an unsettling stillness. The secrets of Willowbrook Manor were beginning to reveal themselves, and Alex could feel that their journey was only just beginning. Little did they know that the enigmatic mansion held more than just its haunted history. It held a web of mysteries that entangled the living and the dead, and Alex had unknowingly become a part of it all. Chapter 3. As the first light of dawn crept through the curtains, Alex found themselves still wide awake, haunted by the haunting whispers of the night. Determined to make sense of the enigmatic presence in Willowbrook Manor, they rose from the bed and decided to investigate further. Leaving their room, Alex made their way to the mansion's library, a treasure trove of forgotten knowledge and untold stories. They hoped to find answers hidden within the dusty tomes that lined the shelves. As they perused the ancient books, a leather-bound journal caught their eye. It was old and worn, its pages yellowed with age. Its title read, "The Secrets of Willowbrook Manor." With trembling hands, Alex opened the journal and began reading. The entries spoke of a cursed family that had once resided in the mansion, the Montclairs. The family's rise to prominence and wealth was marred by dark secrets, greed, and betrayal. Rumors of black magic and dealings with malevolent forces surrounded the Montclairs, adding to the mansion's haunted reputation. The journal described a forbidden love affair between two members of the Montclair family, an affair that led to tragedy and the unleashing of a malevolent entity that sought revenge against the family. The entity's insatiable thirst for vengeance trapped the spirits of the Montclairs within the mansion's walls, dooming them to relive their tormented past. Alex was captivated by the haunting tale, and it seemed to offer clues about the restless spirits they had encountered. The spirits of the Montclairs were trying to communicate, seeking release from their eternal torment. As they continued reading, Alex stumbled upon a passage mentioning a hidden room within the mansion, a room believed to hold the key to breaking the curse and setting the spirits free. The journal cryptically referred to a series of symbols that needed to be aligned under a full moon to unlock the room's entrance. Fueled by a newfound sense of purpose, Alex resolved to find this hidden chamber and perform the ritual described in the journal. They knew they needed help, and there was only one person they could trust, a local paranormal expert named Samuel. After breakfast, Alex sought out Samuel, who had investigated numerous haunted sites in the region. They shared their experiences at Willowbrook Manor and showed him the journal they had found. Samuel listened intently, his eyes widening with both excitement and concern. "What you've stumbled upon is no ordinary haunting, Alex. The malevolent entity described in the journal is dangerous. To confront it and set the spirits free, we'll need to tread carefully." Undeterred, Alex shared their plan to locate the hidden room and perform the ritual under the full moon. Samuel agreed to assist, recognizing the significance of the opportunity to uncover the truth behind Willowbrook Manor's haunting. As the full moon approached, Alex and Samuel began searching for the symbols mentioned in the journal. The mansion's halls were like a labyrinth, and it took days of exploration before they found the key to unlocking the hidden chamber, a set of ancient engravings on a long-forgotten statue. On the night of the full moon, the two of them ventured to the hidden room. The moon's glow filtered through the stained glass windows, illuminating the symbols on the floor. As they arranged the symbols in the prescribed pattern, an ethereal light filled the room, and the floor beneath them began to shift. A hidden trapdoor creaked open, revealing a staircase leading down into darkness. Alex and Samuel exchanged a glance, their hearts pounding with anticipation and fear. With torches in hand, they descended into the depths of the hidden chamber. As they reached the bottom, they were greeted by an otherworldly sight, an ancient altar surrounded by glowing symbols. The room seemed to resonate with a powerful energy, and the spirits of the Montclairs appeared before them, their sorrowful gazes pleading for release. "Help us find peace," the spirits whispered in unison. With unwavering resolve, Alex and Samuel performed the ritual, calling upon the forces of light to dispel the malevolent entity and break the curse that held the spirits captive. As they completed the ritual, the room filled with a blinding light. The malevolent entity fought back, its dark presence threatening to consume them. But Alex and Samuel stood strong, their belief in the power of redemption guiding them through the intense struggle. With a final burst of energy, the malevolent entity was banished, and the mansion fell silent. The spirits of the Montclairs were finally free, their tormented souls ascending towards the heavens, leaving behind a sense of peace and closure. Exhausted but triumphant, Alex and Samuel emerged from the hidden chamber. The haunting presence that had once gripped Willowbrook Manor had dissipated, leaving the mansion with an air of tranquility. As they stood in the moonlit garden, Alex felt a profound sense of accomplishment. They had unraveled the dark secrets of the mansion and helped the spirits find solace in the afterlife. But as the night breeze gently rustled the leaves of the ancient oak tree, Alex couldn't help but wonder if the story of Willowbrook Manor truly ended there. The enigmatic history of the Montclairs had been set free, but the mansion held more mysteries yet to be uncovered, mysteries that beckoned the living to delve deeper into its haunted past. Chapter 4. In the days following the ritual, Willowbrook Manor seemed to undergo a transformation. The oppressive atmosphere that had once weighed on its halls lifted, and a newfound sense of serenity settled over the estate. The spirits of the Montclairs were finally at peace, their tormented souls released from the malevolent entity's grasp. Alex and Samuel continued their investigations, seeking to understand the entity that had held the Montclair family captive for generations. They discovered that the entity was born from a curse fueled by betrayal and vengeance, an entity that had grown stronger with every passing year, feeding on the pain and suffering of the mansion's tragic history. As they delved deeper, they found references to the Spirit Binder, an ancient artifact rumored to have the power to contain malevolent entities. The spirit binder was said to be hidden within the mansion itself, guarded by intricate puzzles and mystical wards. Eager to confront the malevolent entity once and for all, Alex and Samuel embarked on a treacherous quest to find the spirit binder. They explored hidden passages, deciphered cryptic riddles, and overcame perilous challenges, all while the mansion seemed to shift around them, its architecture as enigmatic as its secrets. The entity sensed their intentions and fought back, manifesting as terrifying apparitions that sought to drive them away. Alex and Samuel's courage and determination were put to the test as they navigated the treacherous path to uncover the spirit binder's location. Through countless trials, the duo's bond grew stronger. They relied on each other's expertise, finding solace and companionship in the midst of the darkness that surrounded them. Together, they faced their fears and the malevolent force that sought to devour them. Finally, they reached the heart of Willowbrook Manor, where the spirit binder awaited. The artifact was encased in a delicate crystal orb, pulsating with an otherworldly energy. As Alex reached out to touch it, the malevolent entity's presence intensified, threatening to overwhelm them. But with Samuel's support, Alex channeled their determination, encasing the malevolent entity within the spirit binder. The orb glowed with a blinding light as the entity struggled to break free, but the ancient artifact held firm, sealing the malevolence within. As the orb finally settled, the mansion fell silent once more. The malevolent entity had been contained, and the curse that had tormented the Montclair family for generations was broken. Filled with a mix of relief and exhaustion, Alex and Samuel emerged from the heart of the mansion. The estate, once shrouded in darkness, now felt like a place of redemption and peace. News of their victory spread throughout the region, and Willowbrook Manor's haunted reputation began to fade. Alex and Samuel's triumph had transformed the mansion into a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of understanding and compassion in the face of darkness. With their mission complete, Alex knew it was time to leave Willowbrook Manor behind. But as they bid farewell to the enigmatic estate, they couldn't help but feel a pang of nostalgia. The memories of their time there, the haunting whispers, the untold stories, and the bond forged with Samuel, would forever be etched in their heart. As they returned to their normal lives, Alex continued to study the paranormal but with a newfound sense of empathy and respect for the spirits they encountered. They knew that the story of Willowbrook Manor was not just one of darkness and malevolence but also of redemption and liberation. In the years that followed, Alex and Samuel remained close friends, occasionally revisiting the mansion to pay their respects to the spirits that once roamed its halls. The spirit binder stood as a guardian, ensuring that the malevolent entity would never again be unleashed upon the world. And so, the story of Willowbrook Manor continued, no longer a tale of haunting and despair, but one of courage, compassion, and the triumph of the human spirit over malevolent forces. A story that would be whispered through generations, reminding all who heard it that even in the darkest of places, there was always a glimmer of light waiting to be found. Chapter 5. Years had passed since Alex and Samuel's victory at Willowbrook Manor, and the mansion had become a beacon of hope, drawing paranormal enthusiasts and history seekers from all corners of the world. Guided tours were conducted to share the story of the cursed Montclair family and the bravery that had broken the malevolent entity's hold. Alex had become a respected expert in the field of paranormal research, but their hearts still yearned for the enigmatic mansion that had forever changed their life. When an invitation arrived to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the entity's containment, Alex knew they had to return. The mansion welcomed them back, familiar yet somehow transformed. The haunted aura that once permeated the halls was now replaced by an air of serenity, a testament to the spirit's release and the triumph over darkness. As the evening of the celebration approached, guests arrived from far and wide, eager to commemorate the momentous occasion. Among the attendees were paranormal investigators, historians, and curious souls intrigued by the legend of Willowbrook Manor. The festivities began with a tour of the mansion, led by Alex and Samuel. They regaled the visitors with tales of their past encounters, explaining the malevolent entity's dark history and its eventual containment. The guests listened with awe, drawn into the story that had become part of Willowbrook's legacy. As night descended, everyone gathered in the grand dining hall for a commemorative feast. The atmosphere was filled with a sense of camaraderie, the shared experience forging bonds among the guests. But unbeknownst to them, something stirred within the mansion's depths. The malevolent entity, contained for 5 years within the spirit binder, had grown restless. It sensed an opportunity to break free once more, to exact revenge for its imprisonment. As the clock struck midnight, the mansion fell eerily silent. The celebration hushed, and a chilling wind swept through the halls. Alex felt a familiar unease, their instincts warning them that the malevolent entity had not been vanquished entirely. Then, a blood-curdling scream pierced the silence. Guests scattered in fear, seeking refuge in different parts of the mansion. The malevolent entity had manifested, its ethereal form a terrifying reminder of its insidious power. Amidst the chaos, Alex and Samuel remained steadfast. They knew that they were the ones who had to confront the malevolent force once more and put an end to its reign of terror. With the spirit binder in hand, Alex and Samuel made their way to the heart of the mansion, the same chamber where they had once sealed the entity. The room was aglow with an ominous light, and the malevolent entity's voice echoed through the walls, taunting and menacing. "This is my domain, and you cannot contain me forever," the entity hissed. Drawing upon the strength and knowledge gained from their past encounter, Alex and Samuel stood resolute. They knew that the entity thrived on fear and despair, and they refused to give it the satisfaction. With the spirit binder held high, they chanted the ancient incantations, invoking the forces of light and benevolence. The malevolent entity fought back, unleashing a torrent of malevolence, but Alex and Samuel remained undeterred. As the final words of the incantation left their lips, the spirit binder began to pulse with a blinding radiance. The malevolent entity's form wavered, its power diminishing with each passing moment. With a final surge of energy, the spirit binder contained the malevolent entity once more, its ethereal form trapped within the confines of the crystal orb. The mansion shook as if relieved from a great burden. The malevolent force had been defeated, and Willowbrook Manor was free from its grasp once more. As the first rays of dawn colored the sky, the mansion settled into a tranquil calm. The celebration continued, but this time, it was a celebration of true triumph, an acknowledgement of the bravery and resilience that had prevailed over darkness. With the malevolent entity once again contained, Willowbrook Manor's legacy transformed yet again. It became a symbol of strength and unity, a reminder that confronting the darkness within oneself and the world could lead to redemption and enlightenment. As the guests departed, Alex and Samuel lingered in the mansion's garden, contemplating the events that had transpired. They knew that the story of Willowbrook Manor was far from over, that the entity might attempt to break free again in the future. But they were also certain that they would be ready, armed with the knowledge that unity, compassion, and the power of the human spirit were their greatest weapons against the malevolent forces that lurked in the shadows. And so, as they bid farewell to the mansion once more, they carried with them the legacy of Willowbrook, of courage and triumph over malevolence, and the enduring hope that even in the face of darkness, there would always be a light to guide them home. Well folks, that's it for today. Let us know your thoughts about today's story in the comment section down below, and if you have a prompt you would like us to use to write a future story for the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you again for your support, and we'll see you next time. Happy reading!